We're going to be creating these watercolor blobs, and this is a watercolor palette, and these are individual watercolor cakes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into my water, and I'm just going to put some water on each one of those cakes, getting them wet, allowing the water to soak into them. Now, when we work from the watercolor cakes, what we want to do next is put some clean water into these wells. It might be squares, it might even be just a separate container. Whatever you have that can create a separate little well of water, then you'll color those using the watercolor cake colors. This is what you want to paint from. It's because this will be a nice, smooth, consistent color, and it's not going to be a different consistency. If you dip straight into this, sometimes you have some stronger orange color here, and then it'll get lighter as you paint. Also, if I'm going to change colors, I'm going to wash my paintbrush off in one of my watercolor containers here, and then I'm going to wash it off in the other water container. You can see here, this one's going to wind up becoming dirty, and this one will stay pretty clean. Then I can pick up another color, and I can come in and I can put another color. So I'll wash off that color, then I'll get clean colors, and then I will choose a third color, and I'm just creating shapes, whatever it is you want it to be. One thing that you can do with watercolor, especially if it's kind of blobbed up like this, is you can blow on it and that'll shoot it across like this. And that's kind of a cool thing to do. Maybe try to do one of those. Don't make them all like that. But you can come back in and you can add color into one of these shapes here and even change the shape up if you wanted to. Once you have 5 or 6, maybe you can fit 7 blobs onto this paper, then we'll stop and we'll let that dry, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next soon. But see that I kept them kind of small. They're smaller than my hand, yet they're big enough that I could turn this into something if I wanted to. So try to do the same thing, 5, 6, 7 little shapes, little blobs of color. Experiment with the different colors and the way that they mix and the way that it comes off your paintbrush. Try to think about what's happening as you're doing it. Try to create something unique. Try to create something interesting, all right? Now that my watercolor blobs have dried, I'm gonna try to turn each of these little shapes, these little blobs, into something. Now this one's already dried, my other one's still drying, so I'm trying to think about what this might look like. And it could be little monsters or creatures, or you could turn it into humans, whatever you think it looks like. Now, just because this shape isn't a human doesn't mean that you can't morph a human into that shape. So if you want to use a pencil, you could use a pencil first, or you could go directly in with a pen, whatever you think will work for you. I think this one also looks kind of like a bird. I'm gonna wind up having several birds here, ain't I?